Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte saying he's sorry. Lochte originally claimed he and those 3 Olympic teammates were robbed by men with guns and a police badge. But as we all know, that story changed when that surveillance video surfaced right there, showing the 4 swimmers after they apparently vandalized a gas station restroom door. Well, Lochte finally apologizing, but he said he never lied.
If I didn't over-exaggerate the story, and if I told the entire story, none of this would have happened. You know, I was coming from the friend's house. I was highly intoxicated, and I made immature calls.
So what's the legal fallout for Lochte? David Schwartz, defense attorney and former prosecutor, joins us. David, you think this is going to have a lasting impact on his career?
Well, we're a very forgiving nation. I mean, we've forgiven a lot of people. How about the Marv Albert case? We forgave him. So, you know, I think everlasting impact. I think immediate impact. He's going to lose a lot of endorsement deals. There may be some administrative. There may be a suspension. But I don't think we're looking at any criminal action at this point.
Talk about endorsement deals. Look at this. This is the New York Post the other day. I mean, look at this. How do you, as a company, the ugly American, and here's USA Today. Rio police call Lochte a liar, not victim.
Right.
But Airweave mattress, they're sticking with him. Let me show you what the Airweave mattress president says about Lochte. They give a statement the other day saying, quote, "We do not condone unlawful behavior. We'll continue to monitor the investigation closely. I respect the athletic performance of Ryan, and as long as he is a respectable athlete, he will remain a U.S. ambassador for Airweave. As long as our partnership agreement remains effective, our focus is on supporting Team USA, and our hope is people will remain focused on cheering on the athletes who will have events to compete in." So at least as far as they're concerned, they're sticking by him.
Well, Eric, if you read between the lines there, they talk about the partnership agreement, right? So there is a contract right now, and there's a contract, but they leave open the door as to whether or not this agreement has been violated or not. So I think that if you read between the lines there may be something.
Like you're talking about a morals clause or something?
Oh, absolutely. There are morals clauses in all these contracts. If they didn't get the benefit of their bargain, the Ryan Lochte that they bargained for, and now he's damaged goods, that may be grounds to break the contract.
I mean, if you have one of these contracts and you get drunk and you get trashed and you trash something, is that grounds for being fired potentially?
That in and of itself, probably not. But the way this story, you know, the way it all turned out, there was an embarrassment to the United States of America. It was an embarrassment to the U.S. Olympic team. So based on those grounds, it could be an embarrassment to the product, to the mattress product as well.
And what about the way Lochte has handled this? Let's listen to another clip from that interview at NBC in which he tried to explain all this.
So a gun was pointed at us. We had to give him money. So you can either call that a robbery, you can call that extortion, or you can just say we had to pay the money for the damage of that poster. I can't say what it was. All I know is that we were frightened because a gun was involved and was pointed at us.
Well, that is a point. I mean, look, it's a different country. It doesn't have the same customs that we have here. If you got a security guard with a gun pointing at you in the car.
Couple points. I think he should just stop talking. That's number one. I absolutely think he should stop talking about it. However, there is a point here to be made that the gas station was not in any danger. They were in a cab. They were going away. They caused a little damage to the bathroom. All right, they were drunk. But to pull a gun out and to hold them at gunpoint, that's serious business, and that wouldn't be tolerated in this country.
You think that 2020 Tokyo wants to compete? You think he'll be there?
I do. I do. If he is suspended, I think it'll be short-lived.
Okay, short-lived. All right, David. Good to see you.
Thank you, Eric.
Great insight. Arthel?
Okay, well, forget love.